Let me know if you can hear me okay this morning, this evening, depending where you are in the world. Hopefully you can. I'll check my webcam on here. Let's see if that's going to pop up. All right, let me try to actually edit this a little bit. Very zoomed in today. Good to see you all though. Maybe I should sit down like this. That'll work a bit better, but let me see if I can zoom it out even more, because today we're going to be recording there we go. It's a bit better, a bit different. I don't know what's better, that for you guys. We prefer it up close and like that. I guess we can play around with it depending on each one. Put a 1 for the wider screen view and a 2 for this more tighter look here. I really should get a few more. I should get OBS up and whatnot for in the future, which I will actually do. But for now, we can do it like this. Let me know if you liked 1. So this is number 2 or number 1 here. And again, you can stand up. I feel like this is kind of a bit of a different view. Either or, yeah, I know. Again, and the reason I'm asking is today, what we're doing is I think about these little things on like on a normal webinar with you guys. It's not something I would ever care about. But today, a part of today's session is I'm recording another version of the travel hacking webinar, because there's been so many changes and updates and new things added and new angles I can share, that I've created a couple of webinar replays. Again, the way this is going to be working is when you promote it, or essentially when you give away something like a free lead magnet, like the 7 ChatGPT travel prompts that I gave you guys last week, and we built a whole URL fan page around that. When you give that away to your audience, inside of that, there'll be a follow-up message saying, hey, look, if you love this, why don't you jump on this webinar with my friend Luke, and he is going to actually take you through some of the most wild travel hacks in the world, from how to fly private jets at economy-like prices, how to fly first class at economy-like prices, how to fly business class for a couple of $100 anywhere in the world, and even how to fly economy for free, all right? Also, how to stay at the Ritz-Carlton for literally $50 a night and save up to 98% on 5-star hotels anywhere in the world, to the point that you'll even be able to book your own ticket or your own hotel accommodation live and see the prices you can get on this session. And if you can't do this, you'll get paid $1,000 cash. Pretty convincing little spiel there, right? So that's what we're going to, and that actual webinar that they'll click on your affiliate link and get sent through to this webinar. This is where they're going to be sent to. So I've done a couple of different versions for that actual webinar, because sometimes people prefer much longer webinars, sometimes people prefer shorter webinars. If they're coming, you have to think about where the audience is going to be coming from as well. And you guys are going to be sending people from everywhere. So if they're coming from Facebook, Facebook actually Facebook users, if they're going to jump into a live webinar or into an auto webinar, they are going to want to get straight into it, straight to the point. They don't care about a lot of things that someone that's actually dedicated 2 p.m. for next Thursday to watch a full webinar session might actually be more interested in. That person might want to know my whole history, who I am, who the hell am I to tell them how to do any of this stuff, versus someone that's coming from Instagram or Facebook in the news feed. They can jump on an on-demand webinar right now. They might want something completely different, right? They just want to get the action, get to the meat of it really, really quick. Craig says, got your haircut. Yeah, I did get a haircut. I got it from a, they say never cheat on your barber. However, due to last week's webinar, I ended up going for too long. Again, I went for about 3 hours. So I went to go for an hour and a half. And on that session, it meant that I missed my haircut with my barber, so I had to go in, and just choose a random one this time. But I think he did a decent job, right? And I get my haircut every 2 weeks, and you'll see in about 3 days from now, it'll already start to look like I've lived in a cave for about a month. So today was the last day I could do this before I would have to get another one. And because again, random people aren't going to want to learn from me looking all shabby or not shabby, I should say shaggy. All right, so yeah, that's kind of the plan today. So first, I wanted to first clarify, does everyone know what an auto webinar is? Put a 1 in the box if you do not know what an auto webinar is, what the difference between an auto webinar versus a webinar replay versus a live webinar. And it's so fine if you have no idea. Just let me know so I can explain it to you really, really quickly. Okay, cool. So when you are attending, and it's good to know as well, because then you'll in future not have to ever feel like you've fallen for something, right? So let me go ahead and pull up my screen here. I might just give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna go turn my aircon on a bit cooler in here. Give me 1 sec. Because it's a bit hot in here today. I'm just getting a bit cold. A bit hot, sorry. All right, we're back. Cool. So the main difference here between the webinars is, let me make this a bit bigger. And this is a good skill to learn, because this is where you find a lot of big marketers. This is what they do for a full-time living. This is their entire business model. This is their bread and butter. This is everything. They don't bother with affiliates. They don't do launches. They run ads to auto webinars, and it makes them a lot of money. Now, a auto webinar versus a webinar replay versus live. So live is obviously like this one that we're on right now. You could ask me anything right now. I could go onto Google and say, tell me the date and time now. In Australia, it's 10:26 a.m. on Thursday, the 4th of December, in EST. EST, 7:26 p.m. So, like unless I somehow made some code to do that, right? You know that this is a live session. Let me make this bigger for you guys too. Hopefully that's a bit better. Now, there's a thing called an auto webinar and versus a webinar replay, and people often will trick people in to either thinking a live webinar is the actual is actually being live, but it's not. It's actually an auto webinar. And let me even just show you how this would work inside of GoToWebinar, which is my webinar software that you guys are using right now to be a part of this. Inside here, I can create and I've only, by the way, I've only started using auto webinars here recently. So here's 2 different past webinars that we did live, but now I have them open as webinar, as auto webinars. So, and I've set them as an on-demand one, which means if I go ahead and share this, for example, you would come to a registration page similar to if you were on the registration page for today's live training, right? So you come here, enter the details, and down here it says join webinar, which means you would hit this, and what would happen is the screen would pop up like it's a box like this, like you're on this session right now, and the webinar would start. It would look like it's live. You would actually most likely think it is an actual live session. Now, this is called an on-demand webinar. So that means I've set this so you can watch this whenever you want. It will appear live, it will play live. You can ask questions on the side like you guys are now. However, the questions will get forwarded through to my email or whoever's email that's running that auto webinar. Now, another way that this can be done, I should say what a webinar replay is I would go ahead and say I would download that last webinar that we did on Friday, and then I would download this, and then I would upload it to Loom or YouTube, and then I would send that link out to you guys directly. That would then give you a webinar that looks like something like one of these that I'll share with you guys, right? You'll be a part of a session that looks like this. And you can then watch this in your own time with this play pause button, right? Now, the downside with just doing webinar replays is people get distracted, right? Unless you're full screening it and have dedicated the time, you're locked in, most likely it can get very easy to jump out and then go into a different type of like page or a different profile, or go on Instagram, or something else is happening because it's not live, right? When we have this connection like this, I can speak to you guys, I can read your names out, I can answer your questions. It's more engaging, and your time is really, it's like we're having a meeting almost in a way, right? We're working together, it's fun. It's not as fun when you know it's just a one-way thing. So it involves a bit more work. So replays is probably the hardest way to get people to watch something. Before that, then there's the auto webinar, right? Which you can set up like this, and it's quite easy inside of, like, say, go to webinar here. All I would do is I would schedule a webinar, right? I would then go ahead and I would film it live first, right? Kind of like I'm doing here right now. And I can say if I want the webinar to be once or every week or month or on a custom schedule, and then I can go ahead and schedule that webinar. And then you get a registration link, which works like, say, today's one, which is the one that's open right now. I'm going to share this. It will give you the registration link like this, which you all signed up to. And yeah, you can see join webinar in progress right now. And when this finishes, it'll just get you to subscribe for next week's webinar if you've not already registered. One little tip is, if you ever do use GoToWebinar specifically, when you first set it up, it'll give you the option. So I call this test webinar, right? Let me go, we'll say live, and we want it to be a standard event. So you can see there's two different things. Like my account here, I have up to 1,000 people. And then there's a thing called a webcast. Yeah, it's similar, but I've never actually used one of these before as a webcast. But again, it's for you can get up to 3,000 attendees. This is computer audio only though, so I think it takes away some of the interactiveness, like webcams and things that would slow down streaming, I guess, right? Test webinar, and then I would choose a date, maybe just really quickly here. Always set the time to whatever time zone. And this is where we were having the issue earlier in the year, where they kept on changing my Australian Eastern Eastern Standard Time to another time, right? Now, standard event. And oh, this is what I'm going to say. If you set it to a weekly webinar, right, that means every week on the same day, it's going to happen at that same time, right? Now, this is where it's a little tip that I found, that because if you ever wanted to change it by a day or something like that, which, you know, if you ever end up doing webinars for anyone or for your audience, if you grow one, or you might be doing it now, keeping the same times and the same dates really does help people with their memory, right? But sometimes here and then you might need to change the session. Like I had to change last week's because there was Thanksgiving. So instead of setting up as weekly, I always set up as custom, and then I will set up each webinar individually. And then that means in the future as well, you can change sessions to be, you can move them around to any days of the week because you've set it up as custom. But an important thing here is this, where it says registration type. Register for individual sessions is set to default. So say I have the next 7 sessions are about URL fam, for example, or about travel hacking or whatever it might be. Now, I want you guys to be registered just once for all of them. And you guys probably don't want to have to register individually for each event, but there's been times where I've seen this register for individual sessions, and for some reason I've either missed it or thought it said register once for all sessions. I wish I could default it to this, but this not only increases your sign up rate, but it increases your turn up rate, because people do it once and then everything else is like the less steps the end user has to do, the higher conversions, which we found out a lot about recently, right? Now, when it comes to webinars here, you can see I also have the option to upload a recorded event. Now, if I did this, I can go ahead and either upload, it'll probably say on the next page, but and basically what will happen is I can upload a file that will then play. It'll then play for you guys. And there's a better way of saying it here. So yeah, you can see it's you can get up to 30,000 people on this, but again, it's literally uploading a video file, and that's going to play to you guys. And this is what a lot of marketers do. This is what will happen on that if you see a launch happening, but the same webinar is happening with 3 or 4 different vendors at the same time, and it's because they've literally got you registered, and they're just playing an auto or a recorded file, and often they won't tell you that. And I hate when that happens. I've never done that. Not once in my life have I done that to my audience. And there's been one or two times where I've played a recorded file, but I've told my audience in advance that this is the intro, or this is the intro part to a guest that I had that came on, and that was going to be the core training that he teaches on every single session for the first half, and then he'll be there to join us live for the second half, and his team are in the chat to answer any questions and whatnot. So rather, it helped him not have to say the same training over and over, and he had the perfect file for that, and then came on to do the second half live. So that can be a good way of doing that. Also, I've actually seen something smart I've seen Anthony Morrison do in the past. He has actually, I remember in his old house, he went and he's probably the biggest, like, he's probably the smartest person I know when it comes to webinars. He's just, and there's a reason for that, which I'll share shortly. But he, I remember he was running so many webinars at one point for different people and different audiences and different ad campaigns. So he might be targeting young, I don't know, say 20 to 30-year-olds, and then also targeting 50 to 60-year-olds. And obviously you would speak differently to both audiences. So you would do a different type of webinar for both in some ways. Or you could create a very generic one, which is what he did. And he would run these webinars at the same time, but with a 45-minute window. So every day he'd get up and he'd have his webinar start to a specific ad audience. So the ads have been bringing people in. The webinar would start, and for the first 45 minutes, it's a recorded file that no one knew it's a recorded file. And then he says, let me just jump back over to my computer screen real quick. And he'll then, because he's doing something on his iPad, everything goes dark. So he turns his iPad off, and then he basically what he does, he'll then join live. He'll turn his webcam on and he'll say, hey, sorry about that. Can you still see me here? All right, great. Well, since we're here now, let's go through the biggest secret of this training, and then let's get everyone signed up. So then he would literally have the same shirt that was on the video prior. He had 15 of the same t-shirt, and he would then do the pitch. He knew he had maybe 20, 30 minutes to do the main sales part or the main value, and then the pitch. And then by the time that was over, he could jump onto the next webinar that he knew was already playing and do the exact same thing there. And then all he had to do was the pitch and answer people's personal questions back to back to back. And he was making like 100 grand on some days doing this. So yeah, there's different ways you can do things here, but the reason I'm sharing this with you is because at some point in time, you will want to have your own auto webinar for whatever it is you are selling. And the best part about this is you don't need to be the one that presents it, right? You can literally hire people to create your auto webinar for you. They'll sell your product for you. I'll tell you something that's really, really smart that does it. Let me just see if I can pull up his Facebook for you guys real quick here. I don't know if you guys know Rahim. Rahim's very well. He does it for quite a few people. Rahim, he learns people's products and he'll present and sell their product for them. He has his own products too, which are quite good. But you know, that's how he kind of got into the affiliate space, by promoting and doing the webinars for people that weren't the best on camera and whatnot. So I thought that was a really cool thing that little niche he found. But even on Fiverr, I'm sure there's people that would do it, right? So when I'm showing you today's session, make sure you're also thinking about how this can apply to you, if not now, in the future. So let's type in sales webinar. There's people writing scripts. Sales video webinar. So video presentations, people will go ahead and create you the video presentation or the online course video presentation. And you'll find people here or on sites like Upwork.com, upwork.com. That's probably a more professional freelancing place, right? Like Upwork. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that there. So you sometimes when you learn about webinars, you might be like, I just never want to do one of those. And while I would encourage everyone at some point to give it a go, because there's nothing to lose, literally. You have more of a chance of failing by doing nothing and never trying than trying. And I can guarantee you there is no one in this world that has ever thought, oh, remember that person on that webinar that was just so bad that they just didn't do a good job, right? No one cares, right? No one cares about me and my webinars. Realistically, in the scheme of life, of like, if I do a bad webinar, people aren't going to care that long, and they'll forget about it, right? It's not a key part of information, and that's the thing I always like to think about. Whenever I get overwhelmed and I find myself like going over the same small thing, and I'm like, should it be this headline or this headline or this image or that image, or what do I do? And I'm stuck and the momentum stopped as I go, no one cares that much. Choose something, move forward, come back to it later if you need to. And often I'll do that, and then I forgot about whatever that thing is completely a day from then. And whatever it was worked fine in the end anyway, right? I've just been, sometimes we just are our own worst enemies when it comes to keeping that flow state going. So yeah, and then so then we've got also when creating an auto webinar, there's another way that people do it. Well, there's a few ways people do it, right? So they can either upload a replay, like what we were doing here, and by going recorded, that's how it would do it. Now, you can then type in the dates and times, which is, again, if you're doing a recorded webinar, putting specific dates and times in means that someone needs to turn up, or the person that's signing up to it needs to be there at these specific times. This is where you'll find, if you ever clicked on a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad potentially, where you'll see there's like 4 or 5 different webinar join times on the same day. It might be like every 3 hours, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which again looks silly because no one's up 24 hours a day doing webinars every 3 hours. But people set it up like that, and the way they do that is they'll literally go in here and they'll type in, they'll type in Thursday at 8 p.m. and then they'll go Thursday at 11 p.m. and then they'll keep on adding them, and then they make a little sign up page where people can individually go to each one of these and sign up to them. However, it's not being transparent, in my opinion, right? Because unless you're marketing it as a replay or as an auto webinar, it's not that transparent. And it's a hard one because it's the second that you say this is not live or suggest that, the attention or people will drop off, right? People go, okay, I don't want to watch this then if it's not like a live thing with someone. I want to be able to ask questions and do those things, right? So that's where I think personally, like they put a 5 in the box if you clicked on a link for a training session. It's a live training session. You're going to learn these things, and you really like the coach that's teaching you on the ad or whatnot. And then you want to attend the actual training, and you've signed up for next Tuesday. But then when you get on the webinar, you find out that it's really like not actually live. Like, would that piss you off? Or like put a 5 in, put a number 5 in the box if it would piss you off, or put another 6 in the box that if you don't really care because you're still getting the information anyway, right? Like I think a lot of people would be pissed off, right? Because I think just out of a human nature, so yeah, and and it's going to be some people will be pissed off, some people won't care at all. Let me turn my webcam off. It seems to have frozen. Let me go ahead and I'll share with you guys what you guys have said here so far. Where are we? Because some people are just have a much better patient mindset than me when it comes to like, to me it's a bit of a bait and a switch, because again, and I'm not talking about being sent a replay. Replays are fine to watch, but if you've signed up through an ad to what you believe is a live training session, right? Let me see what's happening here. It's still messing around on me, this one. Let me click out. I'm gonna have to get this webcam working at some point, so I'm gonna turn this off for the minute, and we need it for today's session. Just restarting my camera. But yeah, so if I joined a webinar, if I signed up to a webinar for a specific date and time, and I found out it wasn't live, I'd be pretty angry, because I would have thought I could have asked questions to that person. I would have thought that they would have put the time in for me to be there, because I'm investing my time to be there for them, right? Knowing that they're probably going to sell something. So I kind of would be pissed off. But if I got a heap of value from it, then maybe I wouldn't after the fact. But I always think it's better just to be transparent from the very, very start. And if you're doing a on-demand webinar, because that's what these tools, these webinars kind of really is the main goal for them now, is to get people watching straight away. Because what'll happen now is on certain sign up pages, you'll find that instead of having just a, where are we? Where it says custom and all these different dates, what they'll do is they'll have this button, see down here, it says on demand. That means they can watch it whenever they press that button. And that kind of is, that doesn't say that it's live. That's that they can watch it whenever they choose, that the power is in their hands. They can watch it right now. So this option is my favorite to share. And then what happens is on the next page, I can actually then decide how much of an auto webinar style do I want it to be, because the thing is, when you set it up like this, people are going to watch more of the webinar before getting distracted versus if they were watching a replay on YouTube or Loom. Now, the thing is, if someone knows it's an auto replay, if it knows that it's a auto webinar, what that means is that they want to have the play and the pause buttons, right? See here, I've enabled it, and I usually do enable them on replays or on these on-demand webinars, even though I ask people to sit down and treat it like it's a real webinar, a real live webinar. I enable these controls, which means people can pause it, they can scroll forward, they can go back. This also does mean that people can then stop watching, right? Which again isn't ideal ever, and people will stop watching and they'll say they'll come back and they might miss the rest of the training because they don't come back. But it's a 50-50 of which way is the better way to go. So put a number 7 if you prefer having those play pause button options available to you in these replay auto webinars. Or put a number 8 in the box if you think you would watch more of it if I did not include it. I used to never include it initially, and I would add it during the week. But I don't know. I've kind of come to the point that people that really want to watch things will watch them, no matter how I set it up. And I may as well give you guys as many options as possible to experience it the way you want to, right? Okay, cool. Lots of 7s coming in. Just having a sip of my drink. Cool. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to switch over from my stool onto my seat here now. I've been trying to stand up a lot more when I've been working rather than sitting down all day. As many of you probably remember my my edema issues. I was getting too much fluid in my legs from not moving and working way too much, which is crazy. I couldn't believe I did it to myself. But let me just get this table down. All right, I think we're good. All righty. So yeah, they're the main ways that people get set up and doing webinars, right? Or doing creating an auto webinar of some sort. Now, the way they run them, there's a few different ways that you can actually run them. Oh, and also, I just looked at the comments over here. Sue says she prefers having the buttons because it gives you more control, especially if the webinar is really long. Yep. And that's also the problem, though. That's the other key problem. By giving the button, it shows people how long the webinar is. And I guarantee you, just knowing that fact ever is a mental deterrent from wanting to watch it. And, anyone that's ever been on my longer webinars, when you're on them, you do not realize how long they are. Well, sometimes people do, but the majority of people at the end will say, wow, I cannot believe that went for so long, but it didn't feel like it. I've learned so much stuff, right? Now, if you didn't know that, and sometimes as well, when I know it's going to be a little bit longer of a webinar, I'll do a lot of things to try to make things fun in the moment, or really like segment it into really like simple to like to understand, and what the rest of the webinar looks like. Like I said, all right, now we're going to do this, then we're going to check this part, then we're going to wrap it up by doing this. So it gives a bit of a breakdown in time for you guys, so doesn't feel like it's going to go on forever and ever. But knowing how long a webinar is can be detrimental. Again, it's all just that mind power, and it's simple things. Like I just remember at school, even though it's quite some time ago now, I used to dread certain subjects, and I would just look at the time and wait for certain subjects to finish, and it felt like 1 hour was 10 hours, right? So that's something I would say whenever being a part of any webinar. Go into it with, if it's a replay, hit play, try not to look at the time. You'll get way more out of the session itself. And yeah, and that's very, very true. Keith says, sorry, mate, sometimes your webinars run on and on, mate. I know my webinars can go for quite some time, and the reason for that is because one, I'm doing them for free for you, which means I've got over, literally, like you would know by now, over 250,000 students at all levels. So whenever I teach anything, I usually have to go from the very basics and explain everything, so everyone's on the same page, and I'll answer questions along the way. And I want people to get the most out of anything that I do, even if it means coming back and watching it in the replay, because I know with a lot of things, if I don't cover a topic and share something that I know when I'm on that specific topic, and if it ties in perfectly, it will be something that you'll just miss out on. And that's why I could, like, they take longer sometimes, but two, I want you guys to always leave a session with a finalized outcome. I want you guys to have learned a skill that you can go and use and actually implement, and it not be something that you have to come back for part 2 to then learn how to do, right? Now, it might mean you might have to leave a webinar early, but at least in the replay, you can go and watch that session to actually see how to finish and do whatever the thing is that I'm teaching you guys, and get a result. I also know, especially around launches, I've only got a handful of webinars before not the majority, but before a lot of people have got their dopamine brains fixed on the next shiny object, and they're looking at buying something else to make them feel motivated, and then not actually do anything with. Unfortunately, that's the reality for a lot of people in this space. And it's my goal to stop that, and it's my goal to get you guys results as fast as possible. And it's why probably I'm the #1 vendor on JVZoo in terms of the amount of money made versus the number of launches ever done. So, but yes, they can go for some time. And again, I do that for free. I spend 5 hours of my day sometimes teaching you guys for free because I love doing it, right? So, but it is too long, and I would recommend breaking that down into 2 sessions normally. Now, back into our session. There we are, here. So in terms of how do people do auto webinars? Actually, let's even do this for a quick example about why this makes people so much money, right? Let's pull this up real quick. Can you give an example on how auto webinars make online marketers so much money selling high ticket products from paid ads? give ad spend versus purchase and profit examples with the average conversion of a 1K product being about 8% live. Now this is the low end. And I'll go through this in a second, but yeah, so this is essentially the concept that most marketers use when selling a high ticket offer, and this is why they do it, because you know, in paid ads, with paid ads in Google or in Facebook, selling cheaper products, it's a lot harder to actually make a profitable campaign selling a $47 product versus selling a $1,000 product, right? And that's just purely because of the cost, the ad spend cost. Now, if you're spending $100, let's actually see if it gives us an example here. But essentially, the whole idea is you're paying for ads, you're paying ads to get traffic, to get opt-ins on a free opt-in of some sort. Who here picked up their free travel hacking lead magnet, their travel GPT prompts in the last session? Put a number 4 in the box if you have. Put a number 3 in the box if you need it. Right? Let me know if you do need it. Okay, some people need it. And you see, it's things like this that I'll give you guys in a live session that we'll just decide to make randomly. And I'll show you how to make an actual GPT prompt lead magnet. That would be something I wasn't planning on teaching on a session, for example, right? GPT. So yeah, I'll give you guys a document here, but you can see here, these are the 7 different GPTs, prompts to use. So the prompt is act as a flight deal curator, find 6 international fares under $300 from bracket your city in the next 60 days and explain why they're cheap. Right now, this is what I originally had. I then took this prompt here and pasted it into Claude, and then I said, hey, here's a top travel hack prompt document that I have. I want to use this as a lead magnet for people to opt in with the end goal of having the user attend a free webinar on how to travel like a king or queen on a shoestring budget, getting 90% off hotels, blah, 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 blah. Can you edit this document to sound better and flow, as well as display the prompts in a better way, make this document truly valuable, and have a call to action sending people to the affiliate link? And you can see it's gone ahead and done that further here. And explained and given titles to every single prompt, and then it's gone down here and then even promoted the actual webinar for you. And this is where you would then put in your affiliate link. You would cloak this with your affiliate link, or not cloak it, you would hyperlink it, and then that's what you would deliver, right? And then I even showed you how we can even embed this onto the actual into our URL fan pages. If you missed that webinar, make sure to check your emails. So I've got it there. I can get it for you in this session later on as well if you want to see that actual webinar. Put a number 7 in the box if you want to see that webinar, and I'll get you that link for you. But I'll give this to you here in the chat right now. Who said they needed it? Let me see. Okay, cool. Paste that there. And let me find this for you real quick, guys. Just need to see which one it is here for you, and then I'll drop it to you in a second. Yeah, I'll find it for you afterwards, guys, because actually no, I've got it here. And I'll paste this in the chat for you guys too. You can watch that at a later date. What I'm going to do as well, I've got a URL fam webinar replay link that I'm just going to put every replay on every single time it's finished that you can access there directly. But yeah, that's that one. And then we had a the latest replay we did was for our URL fam members. Sharing them the actual travel hacking system itself. Is it put a number 9 in the box if you have not seen the actual travel hacking webinar itself yet, you haven't had a chance to even see what's included of that, be a part of it, right? Because again, the webinar I'm going to be doing today that I'm going to be recording live is not for you. It's not going to be the webinar that you're going to buy, right? It's not for. It's basically going to be the webinar that your audience or your leads are going to see and then purchase. It's a different deal, but similar, but still different. You get the best deal. They don't get. No one else gets the deal that you guys got for that as an affiliate. And so I wanted to make sure that if anyone did miss that, I can give you this link to watch that replay one more time here. Put a number 9 in the box if you needed to see that. I'll send this one privately, right? Cool. Thanks, guys. Cool. Let me just send this one out to you guys privately. Also, well done for everyone for being a part of today's session. I didn't know if anyone was going to be turning up here today. Oh, and Keith, if you're already part of the VIP 100 Club, you don't need to watch this replay. Then you're already in. You've already got it all, right? So, and sorry, but you don't need to be a part of the replay that I just sent you just then, right? And Kerry, I haven't made that yet. So once I do make that with every single webinar on it, what the link will be when it's ready for all of the webinars, it'll be like urlfam.com/webinars with an S or just with no S at the end. It'll be one of those two variations. I'll just have to get those sorted and set up. Now, some cool other things that I want to share quickly here before getting started. When creating graphics, I've been really enjoying creating my graphics inside of urlfam.com. Which I shouldn't. It's not that I shouldn't actually. Let me just click out. I've been enjoying using our image editor inside of urlfam for our for different images that I've been trying to work with. Now, there's a few ways you can do it here. This was the basic opt-in page that we built, but you can see all these cool images like your free 7 VIP travel hack GPT prompts, right? I'm gonna use that as an actual ad image, right? Because it just looks so cool. And we built that inside of urlfam using our special image generations tool here that makes marketing resources, like really good quality marketing resources. Let me go ahead and go into and share some of these with you. Like, and what I'll do is, if you guys want some of these, I'll just go ahead and download them, and I'll put them in a file for you guys. But like, you look at some of these, some of these are just so ridiculous that we did. Here's one I did. Let me go. So if I can share this here, I did this for Andrew Fox for an example of something that I was sharing him. That's not what we're doing here. That's old. Oh, I'll open a new doc. I'll share it down the bottom of this one actually. Here, I asked URL found the image generator in it to actually build me a superhero fox for Andrew Fox's. I think he has like a Go Beaver thing. So superhero fox for his product but include Power Rangers and like Sailor Moon and Marvel heroes and Ninja Turtles. Yeah, Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, Sailor Moon, and credit a Fox superhero for his brand. And normally you'll find most AI tools won't actually build, I guess, copyrighted content or like I don't know, anything that might have a license on it. For some reason, our URL fans, we've got ours to be able to do that. So look at this. So let me make this bigger. Foxy in the middle, Power Rangers, Sailor Moon, Ninja Turtles, like Foxy Club online marketing community, right? So there's some other examples I've got here that we built out. I did one with my logos. Where's one here? I said, where are we here? This was with my logo. It mentioned the power. I did the same thing again to see how it would look. But I'll add in that travel hack, the 7GPT one for you guys, and you can save it from this image. If you get stuck, you can screenshot it from here. You could do that too if you wanted to. Let me go ahead and just grab one more that I wanted to share. And we also built this one out, which I thought was just so, this was such a cool one that we were able to build out. And this was hyper realistic. I asked it to turn the top 5 affiliates into superheroes that represented Marvel characters. So, and it got some of them, like, look how, like, in the middle, this is Neil Napier. Let me see if I can show you his. And everyone would know Todd to the left of Neil, right? Let me just try to find a picture, a more recent picture of Neil, because it's just crazy how it's getting. Here we go. How real it's getting. I think Luann, are you in here? I think you are. You probably, I don't know if you saw me post that one the other week on Facebook. I got some other wild ones of Todd. For some reason, AI likes to build him, but that's Neil there. And where's that image gone, or is it gone now? I know it's messing this page up a bit, but anyway, have a look at that, and then you can kind of see quite similar, right? And also on the right there, that's a guy called Brett Rataki. I've wanted to do a shout out with anyone that's who's come to my audience from Brett's audience, right? If you've come to me from Brett, I want to do a big shout out for Brett as well, because first time ever, right? Ever in the history of my online marketing career, he did something the other day that I just didn't expect at all. from him. And you know, Brett's been he's a very, and it's good. It's why people like him. He's very very on to calling products out if they're no good, if they're rubbish, if there's problems that don't get fixed. You guys would all know that already. And many years ago, there was a product I had, and he had problems with it, but I'd explained the solution, and I don't know why he just didn't. It caused a bit of him to like just basically not want to promote anything of mine anymore, and he basically stopped talking to me, which is, I understand he can do what he wants to, but he then decided to promote this, and not only that, he went above and beyond that. When it came to paying him his prizes, he actually I paid him his main competition prize, but when it came to paying, like it was literally over $1,000 of extra prizes, he told me he doesn't want $1 of it because he didn't earn enough money in commissions to even cover the prize that he already got. He already got paid more than what he earned for me. That he just said no, I would never do that. And I thought that was a stand-up thing, because he deserved the money, because I put it up for grabs. It's my risk, and it just was one of those things that this time it didn't do as big a numbers as what it normally would, but it still did well. And I just thought that was a really nice thing to see. You know, someone that just was just happy to share a product the best he could, make some money, but then not want to like have it so I'm like essentially making it so that I'm not in the negatives in a way, right? So yeah, I thought that was a really nice thing. But yeah, anyway, using this image editor, I've been using this to create different little asset packs. So when not only for the URL fan page here, but what we're going to do is for our webinar as well. So that's what I'm going to quickly do now. I'm going to create basically a welcome slide page or a welcome image. Now, if you don't have URL fam, I'll show you some other ways you can do it. You can just do this in ChatGPT or in Claude, or I'll show you another option I like to use. But I'm going to add an image in, go AI generate banner, and I'm going to say something like, create me a VIP 1000 club banner with invite only text under it, and the sub headline, travel like royalty, at a 5-star level on a shoestring budget. Saving 98, saving up to so on hotels and first class flights. Let's see what that looks like. This will be the home page banner for the webinar slides. Now, while that runs, what I did before, let's see, here we go. See, I don't really like that at all. That's pretty rubbish. So I'll say the world's #1 travel hacking series. With the, oh, yeah, okay. So someone changes. Create the VIP 1000 club banner with subtext saying your invite only travel hacking masterclass. Limited spots Once full, doors closed forever. Now let that load out quickly. And look, like I'll save that for now, but I'm still not sold on it. And I might even just do one more saying, create a super futuristic luxury but fun neon themed Ready Player One style banner for the advertising my webinar, the VIP 1000 Club, the world's #1 travel hacking insider webinar training. Include an invite only banner somewhere also. Let's see what, and then we'll choose as a banner. Let's see what it does this time. Sometimes you just have to play around with a bit. Now, another tool that I've played with recently that I thought was quite good. See, this is starting to look a bit better. It's annoying when it starts doing this extra stuff like register now, VIP1000club.com. But we'll save it. I like that a bit more for sure. And then I could say, I'll just do it again and see what it creates next time, because you can keep on doing it, right? So now it's starting to look a bit better. Now, another way to do this, a few ways. There's a tool called, well, there's two. There's one that I've been playing with recently. Let me see if I can share it with you here. Loveart.ai, it's called Loveart, and I'm tempted on signing up to it because it's simple. And I uploaded my display picture and I said, just create another photo like this of me to see what it did. And it did this. My mouth looks a bit weird, but overall for like one picture, it did kind of like me, right? And the picture I uploaded was this one. You can see there, right? So I'm gonna take that and make that. And then I said, put me around cars. This one makes me look like I've stolen the car and I've been awake for 40 days. But I did like this tool so far. It's love, but just with no E, LOV art.ai. So I'll put the link in the chat if you guys want to check it out. Now they've got an option here right now. I don't know if they've still got it, but they probably will from the Black Friday sales. Yeah, this unlimited Nano Banana Pro and Seed Dream sales 50% off. And because it's unlimited, I thought that was really cool. Now, to get Nano Banana is essentially Google's image tool. So if you type it into Google, it'll come up with all these other products first. But if you scroll down to Gemini, under Google Gemini, Nano Banana Pro, you can go here and go try Nano Banana Pro. And it will basically help you edit anything that you take of yourself or anything into a done for you system. And this is a really good tool if you have a specific image and you want to have an image B put into the world of image A. So say it's me with a white t-shirt, but you've got a singlet, you want to put that singlet on me, then that's what this is really good for, right? Or a cup, and you want to then have the cup have your logo on it. This is really good for that. Now, it's also really good for perfectly editing images that you've taken on your smartphone, on your iPhone. and or Samsung or whatever, and getting it perfect, perfectly color grading it, everything. Now, I know this is going up away from webinars a little bit, but I think it's interesting and worth thinking about. Is that I had actually purchased something on a Kickstarter the other day. It was an AI camera, right? An AI camera, and the way this works, it's called Clara. And I'll show you. It looks a bit weird, but it's a full-on mirrorless camera that clicks to the front of your iPhone. So the back of this camera, let me see if I can share it here a bit better. If they've got images, it's going to be campaign. So it's literally the camera MagSafe connects to the back of the actual thing itself. Your phone screen is the view, shows the actual view of the camera, but then this section in front of it attaches to the MagSafe part of your phone. There's a clickable button and everything, and you can put lenses on top of it, right? So you can actually change your lenses out. But the crazy part is when you take your photos, it saves it directly to your phone, but it also comes with Nano Banana integration directly. Basically, this box here inside of your phone app, every time you take a photo, you open it and you can say, hey, can you take this picture and delete every person behind me? So if you're standing in front of the Eiffel Tower, it'll remove everyone else behind you and color grade it perfectly. Or if it's daytime, you can say, hey, can you remove everyone and make it nighttime? And it literally will change it from day to night. And you can see here, snap, capture, and it'll then allow you to change entire photos from day to night. I wish I had an example here where they could show you the before and afters of things. But here's a quick example. Look, change the colors of your suit jackets, or even like the gold sunglasses versus normal ones. Make it look like it's from the 1930s, and you can see like see the top, see there, daytime to nighttime. That's literally taking a daytime photo, turning it into nighttime. Here you go, on camera generative editing. Let me see if I can show you here. I'll add the necklace to it. Where is it? So changing it to orange and brown, the trees to orange and brown there. Just turn this from day to nighttime. Isn't that crazy that you can do this? Like, you can go from this to that so quickly. And yeah, essentially it's almost like anything in Photoshop you could think of doing, you can now just ask it to do it. So this just finished the other day, the Kickstarter, I believe. I think you might be able to still pick it up somewhere, but it launches really soon. So I wanted to share that with you guys as for a few reasons. One, you know, this in itself could be a killer way for you to get into content creation, because you can now literally pick something like this up, and yes, it's going to piss off so many professional photographers, people that do this for a living, and people that go out and get results, like, or go like do this and charge for editing photos and charge for these nighttime and daytime shoots, and now everything can be done literally like from a device like this. And prompting is going to be the key thing moving forward, right? So I wanted to share that with you as an example, but again, think about it, it's going to make more photos more fake and right? Yeah, where's the line? So anyway, back to this here. Oh yeah, sorry, back to this. Now we're inside of Gemini. We can go ahead and ask Nano Bananas here what we want to create under tools. Where are we? Yeah, Nano Banana is now on Gemini 3 Pro. Well, it says create a comic with title Getting Started with Nano Banana Pro, Panel 1 mobile interface on Gemini, rendered in a poetic watercolor style. So it's doing an example here. We'll see what happens when it loads this out quickly now. But again, this is one that I would use. And since we're in here using Nano Banana, why not take it a step further? And in the drop-down menu, oh, there we go. Look at that. So it's doing an actual an actual breakdown here of instructional, right? Before, now when I was in ChatGPT though, what I wanted to share this with you. I actually went in before this session and started to get it to make some. Was it this one? What webinar here? I went in and asked it to create some slides for me, right? Because I have a basic slide deck already for today's for the live session. That's not it here, for the sales webinar that I'm going to be doing, recording, right? And I might even just record that. Like, I'll leave this to the end, and you guys don't even need to stay for it, right? I just need to record it to then use as the replay. So what I'll do is I'll record that separately, well, at the end of the session. But you can see here I got this basic template that I've used in the past when I've talked about things. I don't really like using slides too much, but I've had this here anyway that I thought I might do it as a different example on a live session, because some people just like to read slides. So, but these are all basic, right? So now I've got this. What if I wanted to actually have this and have it be, let me go ahead and replicate it first though. So there's always another copy. But I got that, and I took these slides and I uploaded this into ChatGPT. Actually, no, this time what I actually did, I just said, can you create me a breakdown of everything that comes with the VIP 100 Club as an offer? And then it broke down everything that it knows that the VIP 100 Club has, because I've been working with it in here for so long. Now, again, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because you guys don't need to worry about this. I'm doing the selling of the VIP 100 Club for you. All you need to do is get people onto the webinar by giving them a free lead magnet of some sort that will then have them opt into the actual webinar, or advertising to the affiliate link directly, promoting the webinar itself straight away. But I'm sharing this is how I create slides, because in the future I want you to have your own product or service or offer, and I'm going to teach you how to do that, where the more that you speak to ChatGPT about your actual product or your offer, the more it will learn. And as a quick tip as well here, on the left here, you can see where it says VIP 100 Club, public, launch, marketing, MMO industry. Here is where you would right click, or up here you would go to, you would create a folder essentially. That's what I want you guys to do. You basically go to library, click add new, and it will create a new folder for you. And when you have a new folder, that means you can, let's have a look at the URL fam launch, right? This has all of these different chats that I've spoken about URL fam specifically. So now whenever I'm in here talking about URL fam, it has all the other information from other chats that I've spoken about it in the past, that it can then build me whatever I want. Because it can pull through all past information, and it makes it more organized. I've done it messy here today though with this VIP 100 Club. It's going through all the past chats that I've ever had in asking how to, in getting it, in doing it that way, right? So but yeah, it'll still work that way, no problem at all. So it's gone ahead and created these different slides, and then I'll show you what it said actually. This is what it's included. Sorry, this is what it said. Everything that's included. And then I said, please give a sales. It gave me the option as well for a sales page version, a webinar slide deck version, a short punchy checklist version, a ready to send email promo version, and a full affiliate toolkit PDF breakdown, right? It gave me these options to do next. Now, again, as a side note, most of your chat GPTs, let me see my webcam works now. Hopefully that works better now. Most of your chat GPTs are not going to, is not going to be giving you recommendations like this, right? Put a number 5 in the box if your chat GPT does not recommend other things it can do for you once you've asked it something. Put a number 5 in the box as well if you want it to do that, because I'll share with you how to do this. It's one of the most powerful things I've found using ChatGPT, and it opens up my understanding of what ChatGPT can do dramatically because of this. Cool. Okay. So there's 3 people that have said, yeah. So I'm going to give you 3 people the actual script that you need to do to get that. So all you need to do is go to I'm going to send it to you, but under plus, under personalization, there's this text which I'm going to share with you here, and it's in this. It's going to give you this key information where I say to you. Here, I'll just give you the key part of it. I'm going to go ahead. Actually, I'll give you everything, and you can choose what you keep and what you don't. All right. I'm going to get, but I'm going to, for those that did answer, you guys get that. I'm going to give everyone a chance to get it again in this session too. So I'm just pasting it directly into those people that responded. Now everyone wants to respond. All right, I'm just going to paste it to everyone here. Now, that's you're just going to paste it in here, but make sure read over what I've written in here, because this is what I use for my ChatGPT. Now, these are literally things that can actually like you know, one change like this can be what turns someone's entire business into a success, because they've been able to literally have ChatGPT work in their favor and work for them in not a biased way, but in a proactive way, and then actually open up possibilities of things that, you know, you wouldn't even know that you could have even done unless it told you, right? I'm just pasting it to everyone that wanted it, and anyone that's missed this part is going to miss that part. Oh, Craig, you ordered one as well, did you, mate? Awesome. Yeah. Julia said, Julie said yours recommends too many things. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Everyone's got their copy by the looks of it. There you go. All right. Moving on. Moving on before people jump back and wonder where we're at with this. So anyway, that's going to make it so that you're now going to get recommendations Well, a few things. You're going to get recommendations oh, sorry, I should say as well, when you do this under personalization, where it says base style or tone, have it set to either default or even have it set to like either nerdy, or you can even, a test you can do at some point in time, give it a go, change it to critical or critical or I should say polished and precise, and have it go extremely hard at look and say, please look at everything that I do. You have full access to my emails, to my the way I work, to look at the key things that I am wanting to achieve and what things I'm doing currently that are stopping me from achieving those things. Be brutally honest, look at every single area and ask me any question you want, and then give me a honest feedback as to why I am where I am currently, and a plan, an actionable plan of how to get where I want to get to in as soon as possible. Break it down into a 3, 6, 12-month plan or something like that, and just watch what it will do, and it will always become like a truth book for you that is going to be quite confronting at times, right? Especially the more you connect to it. But it's, in my opinion, the best way to cut the BS and really just hone in on the key problem areas that you will find most likely as well are just a lot scarier, or something that's in your mind that's a big thing, or it's not even a problem at all. Like, you don't even think it's a problem, but when you realize how something you haven't done ties into everything else, you go, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. I'll do that, and then boom, everything flows, and it's just, yeah. But have it, and you can have it do this via a business mindset, via your health, via weight loss, via muscle gain, via whatever the goal is that you're trying to do. Maybe you might be learning a language, saying, hey, I'm wanting to learn this language, I'm really struggling. Please look at my life and figure out a better way that I can do this. Oh, Ross, how cool! I got one of those too. I'll shoot it to your thing right now. There you go. So yeah, make sure you have that set to default. What a lot of people do when they first sign up, they have this set to friendly and chatty, and it can often be very very biased towards your view on everything. And if two people have opposite views, but they have their chat GPTs set to being like essentially biased to them, they're going to get different answers that are just floating their ego, right? They're not looking at two sides of a story and making an educated decision on what the right answer is. Another key thing that I point in here, though, I say do not use dashes to start sentences. One of the biggest giveaways you'll find with AI written text is they use a dash to start a sentence, or symbols that you just never would really use. So I specifically ask you not to use symbols or dashes because it's just a giveaway. So little things like that prompt will really help you, but it will then help you in the sense that it'll give you an ongoing flow of new content, right? So auto VIP of here, I've asked it to go in and break down the product itself of the VIP 100 Club. So if you have your own product or offer, ask it to go and break down the core offer for you. And my thought process behind this was, well, in these webinar slides, I don't actually have a whole sales pitch for it, like with this is everything that you get type thing that you often see in webinars. But what I did, where are we? Click out of these now. What it did have, I said, is that you can do a sales page. So then I said, sure, do a sales page here. And then it says, this is everything that you're going to get and you're going to learn in it. So I could turn these into slides, right? 12 different breakdown points, but then there's a short checklist version of everything that you get. I said, please make it into a slide version. And then it gave me this layout like this. And I wish it just gave you the Google document. You can ask it to do it, but it sometimes messes up doing that. It gave me 20 something slides. So I took all of these and then I pasted them over into Claude. And I haven't seen this yet, but I've asked it to build out these slides. And again, you can see it hasn't done the best job, but it's all there. All right, let me even just go ahead and download that anyway. What I'm going to do from that download, we're going to go back. So yeah, I could either do it this way via Claude. I could ask ChatGPT to do it and turn it into a Google Doc, or I can go over here into Gemini, and in this, if I go back, is it here to Canvas? This is going to start a new chat. So we can go back to this one. So we're going to build can you rework this document and turn it into a better sales webinar, better webinar slides. Here is the original slide deck. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that first one, actually. This copy. Well, and I've never done this before, right? So this is just me experimenting, but I think it should work. And here is the sales or pitch part of the offer, which again, I'm going to grab from, where was that Claude link? I need this open in Drive. All right, so we got that. We'll go back over here. We'll see if this even works. So then I wrote, note that the offer should be the VIP 1000 club, not the VIP 100 club, because again, I'm not selling what you guys have been able to join in here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste this. Here, and we'll see what happens. It may need me to upgrade it, who knows? Tell me what came off, see if it loads a bit faster. And Michael, sure, what document are you after, my friend? Let me know which exactly document you are after. And Craig, when you said, what is the name of that prompt? Which prompt do you mean? Do you mean the one that I just wrote here in Gemini? I don't think there's a name. I haven't got a name for it, but I just asked, what I did, I just directly asked it to go in and take these slides that I'd already written and then combine it with the actual sales pitch slides that I wrote, that I had made, sorry, in ChatGPT. These ones here, I could have even probably copied and pasted all of these and say, please turn this into a slide deck, right? I might even do that here. Let's even give that a go with an image. Let's just say, might say here, can you create me a text list for a product offer breakdown that goes with the buy button of what's included. So I asked it to basically give me like the core features for the button stack. So it'll be like, this is everything that's included, blah, 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 buy button. You know, if there's like a light, a luxury, and an expert, it'll give you the top key things. Let's do a longer version and so now what that's like, let's see what we've got over in Gemini so far. So even just black and white looks a billion times better, right? But it's just generating them, so we let it do its thing for a while. This might take a while, let's see. Look at this. It's even taken what I this is pretty wild. It's taken what I've written, which is nothing about this lone wolf trap, right? Let me just share this with you. I'll tell you why the webinar is going to change them. A bit about who I am, why I'm obsessed with travel hacks and whatnot, why it's the first time I'm sharing this. Good. So it's really basic, right? But it shares with you what it's going to be teaching. Now, that's all it shares here. The flip side of it just shows the offer itself. Now, we've got Gemini here going out and literally saying, like, the 3 pillars of true scale, like strategy, implement blueprints that have generated millions for members. Like maybe this will update this text is not that relevant, but let's have a look at most entrepreneurs hit the glass ceiling. I don't know where it's got this elite. So okay, so I might need to go back into this and figure out where it's got this info from. Okay, somehow it's got tripped up here a bit. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to go at a lot. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do with this now in this session, but I'll do it afterwards. And you know what? Let's quickly, since we've got it here. And you know what? Actually, I might even do this. I might see if I can actually share this entire page. Let's see if this will work. Let's see if we can get Gemini to even use ChatGPT's text. I'll say there, hey there, seems like the offer is somewhat off. Can you see the text here in my GPT combo? This is what the offer is about, my travel hacking website. I am now creating the VIP. Just for so I've basically said, hey, look, I think you got this wrong a bit. This is actually called the VIP 1000 Club. It's very similar to the VIP 100 Club, just has a few less perks, and it's for my audience that they're bringing in. And then I've gone ahead in ChatGPT, and I've hit in the top right corner, it says share. When I hit share, I can then hit copy, and it'll give me this link that if anyone clicks on it, will be able to see this existing chat. It does pull up GPT to actually display it, so I don't know if I can display it like this. Let me hit send and see. It may or may not, we'll see. Either way, we'll let that do its thing. Now, what I'm going to be doing on the quick training today, on the recording I'm going to be doing, again, because this webinar's gone for ages, you don't need to be a part of watching me record it. You can if you want to, but I'm going to be talking as if you guys are my customers or are the customers that you've referred. So anything that I'm saying is going to be as if we're on a live auto webinar. Well, not a live auto webinar, but as if we're on a webinar itself. That's another thing I should share as well. People don't use just GoToWebinar for auto webinars. In fact, most people don't use that at all. If you have picked up Go High Level via my affiliate link, again, I'll give you guys that link. You can get it again, a free 30 days. Go High Level, the middle tier, which is the best in my opinion for everyone. It's normally $297 a month, but you get 30 days free. All you need to just go to gohighlevel.com/Luke M, and it will take you to my special page that I have with them. Again, I'm very close with the team at Go High Level. You can see if you join here anywhere, you'll get 30 days free trial. You get a free personal onboarding session as well using it. And again, Go High Level is where I have things like the VIP 100 Club, right? That's where I built this membership class in. This is where the VIP community is built inside of Go High Level. This is where a lot of my pages with the replays that I put on with my with certain, if I make a page with the video of a webinar replay on it, it'll be in here as well in Go High Level. Now you get the ability to then essentially have all of these different tools that you can use literally for free with that 30-day trial. When you sign up though, if you have signed up, I should say this on camera to make sure you remember, if you sign up to this, make sure you sign up with a new email that has never been associated with Go High Level before. So, and I mean like no other trials, you've never opted in for anything to do with Go High Level, you've never opted into a YouTube video to get a free bonus or something for a Go High Level access or anything like that, because you won't get all the benefits of joining via through me, including you might only get 14 days, right? If you go to Go High Level's website, they only do 14-day trial, like themselves, right? Go High Level, they give you 14 days trial. You get 30 days through me, and you also get a bunch of like snapshots, a bunch of other cool things, which I'm not going to go into now because this session isn't about Go High Level. But this is one way people run auto webinars, because again, this tool, again, I think I've shared in the past. It has, well, I have definitely shared. You can manage all your social media sites. It's got its own autoresponder built into it, right? It's got you've got affiliate managers. You can have all your different email campaigns here. You can all your different automations. You got your membership site builder. You got your funnel builders, where again you can create all your different, like, look at all these funnels and templates that are already here that are literally so clean. Some of these, I'm loving some of these brand new ones that they've just added recently, where everything you just click on, delete the text, add your own text, delete the videos, add your own videos. Super seamless, hands off. Really, really good. I think it's just so clean to do. But again, there's websites. Again, you can see all the different websites, templates that are in here. There's so many niches on the left. You can see all these different niches that they've got websites for. And again, all of this can be just edited and changed for you, right? Then we've got stores for e-com stores. So you can even create your own e-com sites and e-com product selling stores on here. And the coolest thing is, again, we integrate. This connects directly to your URL fam as well. In URL fam, we've got direct integration with Go High Level. So again, if you have not done that before, inside of URL fam, you need to just go in the top right corner, hit your profile picture, integrations. This is where you can integrate with your PayPal and whatnot. But you can go into CRM, click Go High Level and connect it. That means every lead that comes through your URL fan page or opts in or buys a product or does anything on your mobile sites and mobile templates, they'll get synced directly into your Go High Level account, so you can then funnel them into an auto webinar or funnel them into an automation email sequence through the autoresponder or a text message campaign or whatever it might be, right? But again, yeah, e-com store now in here. Now you can see here it says webinars. This is where you can create pre-made webinar funnels. Now this is probably the quickest way, but also in my opinion, probably the, like, outside of the directly inside of something like something like the Go to Webinar option. Here, it basically creates 3 different pages. It'll create a webinar registration page. Here, I don't think I've even used a template on this example, but I should use a template. Let's see what we've got here. It was like watch a free training. This was on a weight loss thing, I think. What you'll learn, if we watch the free training, a pop-up will come up, but you can see all of this is just like, come in here, delete that, put your own text in, delete that photo, put my photo in, whatever. Then once they've opted in, they'll be sent to the next page. So basically, that'll be your affiliate link to send them to that page. Then, or what I should say is when your affiliate link is ready, it'll sync directly to an opt-in registration page. Then once they've opted in, it's time for them to watch the webinar. They'll be notified. And here, this example in Go to Webinar, sorry, in Go High Level, it'll send them to this watch the webinar page where they'll come here, and then there'll be a video like this. It says the hosted video, and it'll then play the video there for them. But the thing is, again, the video will have to actually play, right? It's not actually, you can see auto plays here, but that doesn't necessarily mean it'll work on all browsers. And if I scroll down further, you can see that's when it'll be like step 2, which is then presenting the offer. This here is going to then sell the offer directly as this video is playing, and you're going to tell that this is a video, right? There's no live chat showing. There's no option for really anywhere for you to engage with or interact, but it just kind of plays like a video, it's like a sales video presentation, really, and it'll still work, but it doesn't give that real live example, right? So the next options are tools like Webinar Kit. Now, this is probably let me see if I got my, I need to go back and remember my, my details here. But it's from my friends at Barn. So this is a tool that essentially allows you to create your auto webinars that get set up a lot more like a, here's an example. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I'm not going to go through it all now, but you basically set it all up, and then this will play and run like it's a live session. People will be tricked thinking that this type of webinar here is not actually live. And then there's the top tier level is a tool called Webinar Fuel, which again, I'll go through a full start to finished example. This is Anthony Morrison's product. Again, probably the best person, that best webinar marketer in the world. And this is the most advanced tool. This is like the information you get from here and the ability to learn where their bottlenecks are, where problems, and like where things go wrong in a, like if your webinar, webinars might end up being one little bit of it, one part of it, or one bottleneck somewhere is the only thing that's stopping you quadrupling your sales, right? It could be just the smallest thing, like learning that your traffic from Facebook is performing 5 times better than from Instagram or from Google, and knowing that this presentation is the better for Facebook. Like you wouldn't find that out with the other tools. With Webinar Fuel, you do, because the internals of how it works and how it split tests so much, and it finds you the winning ways for your campaigns. It's just the best option. It is expensive though, so don't go grabbing this right now. I'm going to do a video doing the free trial for you guys, showing you it in future. But again, you don't need to worry about this. You don't need to pay for any of these. I'm paying for them, so you don't have to. And like I said, I'll be doing the selling through the webinar for you guys too. So in saying that, let me see what else I can touch on now. Let's see what our Gemini Travel Like a Millionaire. Let's see how this has gone now since I've updated it, and I asked it to go through were you able to look at the chat GPT link I sent with that info? Also, guys, with this Gemini right now, this is for free. I'm not paying for anything while doing this right now. Okay, so it didn't get that information inside here. So what I'm going to go do, I'm going to go back to ChatGPT here, and then I'm going to go ahead, click out of this, and I'll say, can you give me all the text in this file in a text download, please? I should have said in this chat, not this file. Well, we'll see if it's going to add anything out here now, but I don't think it will. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to download all the text about this, about ChatGPT here, and then I'm going to bring this over back into Gemini. Let's just see how it did first. Burn. So it kind of did a good job of just trying to create a basic webinar replay there, right? But let's just go ahead and let me go ahead and add this text. Let's see, did the text actually have everything? No, it didn't. Okay, I need to go back in. See, this is, you got to play around with things sometimes. Saying, can this isn't this entire chat? So this would like a text document or some type of download of all the text in this specific chat from the first question I asked you. So now I've asked for everything again. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to copy and paste on the very, very top. Okay, since I've copied everything there, been like, now I'm going to go to Gemini and say, here is a copy and paste text of my combo with ChatGPT to give you more info on the VIP 1000 Club. Let's see what it learns from that there now. No, but now I think I want that. So, to give you that information so you can use it to update the slides accordingly. Having now got a better understanding of what the VIP 1000 Club is. So you can see now I've used the thinking limit right now. So it's going to go ahead. Now that's screwed me there. So I'm going to wait till the 4th. I'm going to wait till later on tonight for me to continue that on there. Right, but I'm going to paste it anyway. See what it says. I'm just going to review the slides. Let's see. But you get the idea. But yeah. So what time is it now? We've done this webinar for a little bit now. Probably too long, almost an hour and 48 minutes. So what I'll do is, does anyone here want to actually watch me do the, or whether it's all of it or just some of it, do the replay set, like basically record the actual training for that's going to be used as the replay, or as one of the replays will be split testing. If that is you, please just write yes in the chat, because what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and I'll make a new separate session here quickly, just because that way when I edit this, it's not going to be like editing this giant large file, and then I can just use this webinar as the replay. And what I'll do is I'll start this other session basically when this one ends. So, and then you may as well do that. Then that way you can see replay, bonus replay session, live recording of training. Now we'll go live. It's going to be once. We're going to do it today. So forth. What time is it right now? ET time. 9:14. So it's still the 3rd, right, for you guys? But I can't choose that day, right? So what I'll do, I'll just set it for a random time, but I'll just open the doors way earlier, like once. Actually, I'll just set it to my time, so then it'll work fine for you guys. We'll do 12:30 on them. And it's not going to be long, because that's the thing with these other webinars. I got to move fast, because people that don't know me are going to want to come in, get a bunch of value, move fast, action fast, bonuses fast, boom, 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 and we're going to then do it that way. So we're going to go 1:30 p.m. Eastern. I will call it Australian Eastern. Actually, we'll make it I'll make it a bit later, but we'll just start it earlier. So that's basically, guys, that's going to be about 15 minutes from now, right? 15 minutes from now. But I'm going to go ahead. We'll schedule this out. And again, this will just make this a completely nice, clean, separate file download for me, that I can then start it. And what I'll do is when I start that session, I will talk to you guys like as if it's a like I'll first talk to you guys like I am now, but then I'll say, all right, guys, we're now going to go into the live presentation of this. We're going to be acting like you've never heard of who I am before. You'll see me introduce myself, give you a little brief explanation. It'll be the sales webinar. So I want to here also give you guys the live And then basically once this file's done, I go get it, add it to the affiliate dashboard. That gets approved. When this is approved, then you can get your affiliate links, right? They need to make sure that I say everything I say in this is within terms of service, and it's this whole annoying thing, but it will be that. And also you'll probably see it'll be pretty high energy. We're moving fast, high energy. I won't be stopping for questions, obviously. I'll be making up maybe some things that I'm seeing in the chat based on frequently asked questions that I know people ask when I do this actual webinar, to try to answer people's questions that they might have in their heads when they're watching the auto replay. There's a few things that I'll be doing as we go along with it, but I thought I may as well share that here. This link as well, I'll copy and paste this in the chat right now. That's in the chat for you guys. Let me see your questions that are coming in right now too. And again, you don't have to join this, right? You don't have to, but it's what I'll be doing after this. Craig, are you able to set a domain name in Go High Level? Yep, you can set your own. You can set a domain name in Go High Level for sure. Luann, yeah, I'm in for yours for sure. Yeah, and Luann, 100% walking you through this and the affiliate links for it for sure. I know that's what everyone's waiting for here, is to get those affiliate links done. We got our URL fan members on board last week, and I don't know if you saw the webinar that we had the other day for it, but I'll send you the replay if you didn't, Luann. But we went over a heap of there's some killer new Black Friday deals and some new product offerings that the travel pass and the hotel pass have on offer too as well. So yep, Julie, of course, no problem, we'll do that. So Craig, that'll be as soon as the video that I'll be recording gets approved, and then we'll be good to go from there. Yeah, and everyone's going to be sent the replays to this. I sent in the chat box, I sent replays from earlier. Again, all you need to do now though is the link that I've just put on the chat. The link that I've put here that's for today's webinar. Again, you can access that in the chat box on the right. Again, this is for 30 days free of Go High Level. We're going to use a brand new email. If you've never been a part of it before, it will ask you to put your card details in. You will not be charged. I can not stress that enough. You will not be charged. They just need to make sure. That's the reason they do that is to ensure that you just aren't going in and getting the same trial over and over and over again, right? Because if you put your card details in, they know that that's locked to that card, that if that card details gets entered again later on, they'll know that you've already had the trial. Also, it does help if you then want to stay a member, but I recommend joining it, seeing if it's using, go and use it like how we're using it in our different videos. I'll do an onboarding series I've got coming up for some brand new beginners in Go High Level. If anyone wants to be a part of that, I'll email out about that too. But then I've also got a way that you can, if you can't afford the actual Go High Level plan directly, I've got a way you can be still a part of Go High Level, just not with every single feature, but you might not need every single feature if you're at that very, very, very beginner spot where you're just trying to get set up really online for the first time, and you know you need to have a way to actually show and display your offers online, because you know, without a way to display your offers, without a way to contact your audience, and without a way to build an audience, it'll be like treading water. You're learning information, but you're not able to really do anything with it. If you are at that point and you have no money, I recommend learning these skills and then go implement them on local businesses. Go to a local business, share with them even these AI basic things that we've taught you on today's session. Going and doing like a one-time overhaul of a local business's AI where you can just copy and paste the personalization section that I shared with you for ChatGPT, or shared with them some of these different tools that you can use, and maybe even selling them an affiliate copy of URL Fam or something, right? You can become an expert. Like if you study for 1 week, some of our last 5 webinars, you'll have so many little skill sets that you can combine that into an offer that would be so unique that it would blow most people away of what you'll be able to share with them. So I'll send those replays out again. Any questions here, let me know. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste this link one more time in the chat box, and this is for the live recording is going to start in about 15-20 minutes. I'm just going to grab a quick drink, quick bite to eat, make sure my son's okay. We're on school holidays. I also sent my partner, she went off to do aerial, like I guess like the ropes, or like what's it called, like with the silks in the air. She's always wanted to do it, and so finally today she went and did her first lesson. I'm so excited because it's been something that's been, she said she's wanted to do for years, but just hasn't had the confidence or hasn't pushed herself to do it, or put herself first to do it. And I'm so happy she's gone and done it. So I'm excited to quickly hear how that went before I come back, and we'll jump on. I'll open when I end this webinar, I'll do a quick restart of my computer. Actually, I might not even do that. I might even oh yeah, it's all right. My webcam's working fine still. So I'll do a restart. I'll close this webinar. I'll open up the doors for the link in the chat there. So go ahead and register now. If you haven't, click on that link here, and then it'll take you to this page. Opt in here and hit register. Also, next week, guys, we'll probably have on this session, I remember, I think I was saying last week, I wanted to get Todd Gross on to do a presentation of something pretty unique that he was wanting to do for my audience for some time now. That's something you won't see anywhere else, probably even to his own audience haven't seen it, what I'm trying to get him to do, and he wants to do for my audience, from special requests that we've been going back and forth to try something new and unique that might be like, this is the most insane thing for you guys ever. So that might be next week on this session. So I think at this time next week, this is live as well. But again, the link on the screen, just join it, even if it's like, I'm pretty sure that's, right now, this time. So, but I'm going to open the doors when this webinar closes. I'm going to end this in a second. I'm going to open this, the links in the chat to get, and then just hang around for maybe 15 minutes, at about quarter to the top of the hour, or dot 45 minutes, right? 45 minutes past, we'll open the doors and we'll get started with the recording part of it, which again I'm going to do live. It's going to be about 60 minutes max. It's going to be fast. We're going to push it, and we're going to go from there. All right. So Colin says link is working. I'll send it to everyone here this way then. Send all. Yeah, Keith, that's right. Steve, with the Black Friday deals, Steve, if you ping my WhatsApp again, and I believe I shared on, or you wanted to know what those Black Friday deals were. I'll find you the doc now quickly. I think we had it. I'm pretty sure we had it. Friday deals. Let me just. This is what it was. Okay. Okay, so this was, where are we? That was your 7 GPTs. This is what the Black Friday deal was for the travel hack, for the hotel pass and the light passes, which is literally basically buy one get one, buy one or gift one. Black Friday, it's a buy one gift one for the global pass, the United pass, which is just for United Air, Marriott Family Hotel Pass, and the Hilton Friend Pass. You simply pay the standard rate for a multi-year pass, and you get an extra one for free that you can either gift friend, family member, business, or you can add it to the years to your own travel pass to extend your benefits even longer. So you buy a 2-year pass, you'll get another two-year pass for free. You can add it to yourself, so you get 4 years. It's basically like getting it like half price almost. So yeah, that was the deal for that. If you want to be a part of that, WhatsApp me, and I can get everything set up for you for those. Obviously, it's says here for the multiple year passes, not the trial. That's my WhatsApp. If you have any questions at all, touch base there. But yeah, what else we got here? Keith, I'm not sure if you've heard, I've said it a heap of times, my friend. I'll let you know that. I'll send you a direct link. Once we get the video that I'm about to record in the next webinar, in just a few minutes, when that gets approved, then I'll be able to actually give you guys a link that you can get that from. I need the sales page to get approved first, and that includes the sales video on it. What do you mean instant on URL carrier? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Kerry, yes, that feature is coming. That feature is coming very soon. I'm going to speak with my team in the next couple of days about not just that, but also the if you've watched the welcome webinar, you'll hear the plan of what we're doing with that with the URL fam to get it expanded out to affiliates and whatnot. All right, so yes, that is coming. All right, so what I'm probably going to do, I'm going to end this now. I'm going to go back see my son. I'm going to open the doors now, and then we'll be starting the 60-minute recording at around 1:45, maybe just before the top of the hour, right? Around that time. So link one more time. I'm going to send it to everyone here. And again, you don't have to be a part of this next part, up to you. But if you want to watch it and get an idea of how I do it, you'll see it's a lot of it's pretty on the fly from me. You'll probably start laughing, thinking how I'm just making up, like, oh, John in the chat says, oh, can I take my wife? And I'll be making just lame jokes up. I'm saying, do you want to take your wife? Because you don't have to. That's like, oh, who knows? We'll get some weird jokes happening, but everything I'll be doing is just going to be off the fly, basically. But seems to work the best for me anyway when I do that. So so the live recording link's going to be there. That's where it's going to be. Send it one more time in here. And guys, appreciate you all. You're the best. Me talking for the past 7 minutes has made this go over 2 hours, but look at that, much shorter webinar. JB, yeah, you can definitely change. As many and go at guy level, have as many memberships sites as you want, I believe. And yeah, you can connect everything. You can basically connect your membership sites to a page, to a funnel, and to a domain name. Yeah, correct. Awesome, Adam. Yeah, that's exactly right. And you know, the cool thing is as well, depending on when I have my webcam on and off on the actual replay link that you on what you're gonna watch in the next recording, if I have my webcam off, I can actually, if I mess up something, I can go in and actually edit it out, because I can have the same scene be showing on the screen, because I haven't moved anything. So you might even hear me if I do mess anything up dramatically. I'll pause and I'll say, "Hey everyone, look, this is what's just happened here." So I'll try to make it educational as possible if I can. Um, Otherwise, I'll explain afterwards kind of the idea, and beforehand I'll explain the process that I'm thinking of going through. All right. So now, yeah, it's getting closer to quarter 2, and because of that, I might start closer to the top of the hour, and then from there, JB, how do we change the name? About with travel hacking, JB, or are you talking about like a completely different, like your private offer in Go High Level? If you're looking at talking about how to change your domain name in Go High Level, I would recommend just literally just taking 10 seconds and going to YouTube and typing in change membership site domain in Go High Level, or adding domain. Let's do another one here. How to add your own domain to Go High Level Client Portal and membership pages. So quick 7-minute video there. That's, you can check out. There's how to use branded domains in sub accounts. How get your domain it to high level. So yeah, I would just go check out some of these. I'll say how to add domain name to membership site in Go High Level. So yeah, I check out some of these, and you'll be easily with anything. The best thing about Go High Level 2 is because you can literally Google anything, and you'll be overwhelmed with videos, answers of people that have like literally just done the answers to anything you can think of. It'll be faster than me showing you 1,000-fold just doing it this way. Cool. All right, guys. Link in chat. I'll see you guys. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys closer to the top of the hour. But if you give me 20, 30, maybe give me 1 minute after this, after I close this, I will open the link to the next one and then just join the link that I've shared one more time here, guys. If you guys wanted to attend it, if not, you guys are the best. And I'll see you on our next session. All right. Okay, guys. Bye.